right, so here he is, one of the greatest welterweights in UFC history, the Nigerian nightmare, Kmaru Usman. Some criticize maybe his risk mitigation late in that Leon Edwards fight, but this man is an offensive fighter. He's got every skill in the book, and we'll see which ones he chooses to employ here tonight.
It's crazy because when he came off the Ultimate Fighter, he was known as a bit boring. But him and Trevor Whitman have such a great partnership that they have developed a style that works for Kmaru, and it works at such an elite level. He got caught. How does he bounce back? This guy, his jab is tremendous. He can knock you out with it. His wrestling in his top control is second to none. Kmaru Usman possesses all the skills in the world. How does he implement those skills tonight when he steps inside the octagon?
And one thing you never have to worry about, the output, the work ethic, one of the hardest workers in the room in the UFC, and he is at the height of motivation getting back on the proving ground tonight. Stepped into the octagon this time. He wants to leave with that championship belt. All right, so Israel Adesanya obviously was mashing through the middleweight division until his rival Alex Pineda showed up. But as he gets back on the proving ground here tonight, DC, most people believe on any given Saturday night, this is still the best middleweight in the world.
Well, he's proven it time and time again. He has been the man for so long, it would seem hard for him not to operate in that space. But because he believes in himself, because he recognizes who he is, he takes wins and losses as good as anyone I've ever seen. But when it comes down to the X's and the O's, the guy in his fight ability, Israel Adesanya is as good as they come. A phenomenal kickboxer in much improved wrestling that allows for him to stay upright and make guys fight him where he needs them to.
Really seems as though he is getting closer to that mixed martial arts prime, to your point, in terms of putting all the skills together. Israel Adesanya, the last style bender, back in the octagon here tonight. And now our tail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Now to get us started, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kmaru, the Nigerian nightmare, Usman. And now, he's the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
Herbert Dean's in the building. He is the third man in the octagon tonight. All right, so here we are, Honda Center in Anaheim, California, and when you come to certain markets, you better bring it, right? We got Disneyland around the corner. The UFC knows when they come to town in Anaheim that they better bring the stars that certainly they want to.
They've done that time and time again. Some of the title fights in this arena, Velasquez versus Lesnar, Cormier versus Jones, Woodley versus Maia, Cyber World Championship, Dos Santos versus Velasquez. So many people have come to this arena as champion and lost those titles. What history will you make tonight?
Push kick there to the body. There's that counter game with Israel Adesanya in full effect early in this fight.
He's so long, and he does such a great job of seeing and picking up reads of when you're going to attack. The moment you enter is he hits you with those counter shots, and he really makes you pay for trying to engage him in the fight.
Postures up. Ooh, and he lands a brutal strike to the head.
Big ground and pound.
These ground strikes are starting to add up. And busy as he looks to improve position here. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Usman. All right, so there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound striking game tonight.
And now they're starting to pile. He's starting to pile them together. Punch after punch is starting to land from the top position. He's got to be careful here.
Start raining those elbows. Start raining those elbows.
Just over 2 minutes, round one.
Got to be careful here.
Usman's in half guard. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position.
Massive shot from the top.
Another ground and pound strike lands. Usman's back in full mount. All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and that's exactly what you just got.
Oh, huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Strong outside leg kick. Oh, huge left. So under 30 seconds to go in what has been a pretty entertaining and active first round. Horn sounds for the end of round one.
Beautiful work. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Exactly. Just like that. Just like that last round. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep with that footwork. That footwork is just good.
All right, a lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it, if you would.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
All right, both fighters now ready to go with round two. Israel Adesanya and Kmaru Usman. Straight punch. Shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, side kick lands. And there he goes, lands another combination. His cardio's so good that it allows him to put forth this type of output and pace.
When his opponent is done at two, he is stringing together.
Oh, he's in trouble. Land there by Adesanya. You hear this crowd just spitting out of his hand, doing it on every time he advances.
I mean, he just captures your imagination. He walks out to the entrance when he's in the octagon.
All right, so a high amplitude double leg takedown there. Now we'll see what he can do with it to try to advance position on the ground.
You knew that he was going to attack the double because he's such an explosive guy. He got it on the hips, finished the shot very quickly. Fantastic job.
Well, not a guy you want on top of you. Ground and pound strikes piling up here. Good work by Usman. All right, full guard now, DC.
The fighter on top needs to be trying to gain posture to throw ground and pound and then move to the next position. But if you're on the bottom, you've got to build a shield. Try to push your opponent off to try to get back to your feet.
And the referee brings the fight back to its feet. No surprise there. Needed to see more action. Well, the right hand has been there at times, not that time. All right, so he continues to land, and not exactly what we thought we would see in this one tonight, but the huge strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here.
Gotta be careful here. That was nice.
Usman's in half guard now. Oh, big shots from the top.
And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him.
Right into side control. Usman's right back to the full mount here.
Great job landing from the top position.
Oh, big knee to the body, man alive. 10 minutes in the game.
Nice work. Keep it up. You're landing those kicks beautifully. You're timing them perfectly. Just keep that pace. Keep going.
All right, that horn signifies the end of the round. Let's take us through some replays, champ.
And the replays are going to be kicks. That's the story of this fight to this point. He is landing these kicks at will, just driving his shin into his opponent's legs, and it's really starting to slow him down.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. All right, folks, here we go with our next round, and in terms of his output and his efficiency with his significant strikes in the previous round, you can argue that was the best 5-minute stretch of his UFC career.
Oh, absolutely the best 5 minutes he has ever had. He was in a zone. Everything he threw was just landing and landing with vicious intent. He's got to feel confident as he gets off the stool at the beginning of this round. Nice combination lands to the head.
Level change there, goes for the takedown. Good work from the top here by Usman. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Usman ground and pound from half guard now.
Let's go. I need you to posture now.
All right, so good ground and pound by him here. Certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches.
Oh, big ground strikes continue to land. Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Right into side control.
Oh, right into mount.
Really maximizing his shots here on the ground. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Nice positional control here. Lands a big elbow there. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through.
Beautiful transition.
A series of punches from the top here by Usman. Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. He's got to start throwing down.
Huge elbow there. Oh, this could be over soon. All right, 20 seconds to go in the round. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position. And you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
He's very open to body shots right now. I want you to go out there and I want you to keep...
All right, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. A lot of good work on the ground.
You knew, John, going into the fight, that if he was able to get this fight to the floor, he would have the most success, and you saw it in that exchange. He was able to get posture, land some really good ground and pound as the round came to an end.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the 4th round fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go with our 4th round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you gotta change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight, so you have to do things physically and also mentally to make sure that you're ready to go that extra 10 minutes. Fast leg kick lands. Oh, Adesanya's getting going now.
That is how you scramble, folks.
What a fight. Both of these guys are trying to finish.
Trying to finish this fight. And back to his feet.
That landed clean. Gotta keep pressing here.
Huge shots there.
Wow, what a fight. He's in a good flow right now. He's landing big shots.
Oh, hip toss to get him down. Well, you got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right.
Nice shot there by the champ. And everything's landing with so much power. He's got that single collar tie.
Under 2 minutes here to go, round 4.
Another takedown lands. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position. He passes to half guard.
Well, maybe ill-advised to be competing off your back, but he's landing. Under a minute now to go. Big shots landed by him now. Adesanya's cut above the eye. Lance with the ground and pound here. And there it is, another strike on the ground gets through. All right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting for underhook. One of the most key things you can do as a bottom fighter stuck in half guard is try to frame. You frame and push your opponent away from you. By pushing him away from you, he will then want to come back into you.
Right.
It's like when I push you back, you want to go forward. So as he comes forward, hand goes off the face, let it slip into an underhook, build up to your elbow, then go chase your single leg. This is high-level grappling, John, from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt named Daniel Cormier.
Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
You ready to fight? Ready.
So here it is, folks, 5th and final round. Oh, you got to start to look to finish him now. Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition. That is it! Kmaru Usman!
What a fight! What a fight!
Bruce Buffer is here. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 45 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Kmaru, the Nigerian Nightmare,
All right, Kmaru Usman, your winner tonight by knockout, and this was a no doubt.